Yeah, glitch the guarantee. E.N.E. Put your boy shit. Glitch, nigga. Shit, I'm about to flood the streets like when the levees break. Criminal minds, my Garcia can navigate. Flowing while I'm blowing this gas. Nigga, no brakes. Niggas not seeing me ever. I mean, no dates. Fuck around and end up gone. You get in this place. E.N.E. the shit that I claim. You dealing with grace. Took over the game by storm like Rain's mixtape. Thankfully, I been up in smoke like my mixtape. Counting cheddar shit, I'm about to make a grilled cheese. Niggas be faker than bad bitches with good weeds. On my John Wick shit like Keanu Reeves. Replacements won't be enough, you need the whole team. I've been a G since I could finish my ABCs. Kept it a buck so real niggas look up to me. This butcher boy shit get crazy when it's sick of me. I'm coughing out these dope bars till they sick of me.
Can't get rid of me, still can't find a remedy. Still blowing palmers, if it comes to Hennessy. E.N.E, we own our shit independently. When I go out on a limb, I take extremities. I can see right through on transparency. Heard they self-esteem low, insecurities. Now or never like, glitch the guarantee. What's the recipe? King L's Reflection 3. All these chapters in my life, you can turn the page. Books can't tell you my story, gotta live a day. Glitch got my back, yeah, you can copy that. Man, we control the seat, you can copy that. Leave your whole state red like Republicans. Putting fire on the track, now it's bubbling. Put your boys E.N.E, you in trouble, kid. At first 100 mil, you can double it.
Let's go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. Automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Blow sick, corona, jealous in the motherfucker. Can't even take a step, that's how far I trust you. This black boy turned to shining king under pressure. West side fat jacks, I took more to measure. Shave the extras, that's business. Started feed street blues, what I taught. Royal blood flowing free. Power on my mind, knows the gang is kind. Read between the lines, it was in my eye. If they ain't got real lines, it ain't hard to spot a counterfeit. Undefeated, ultra real, Fern Gully Mountain shit. Couple hot shots, turn on the frozen margaritas. Even better when it's served with some flawless features. Next year they gotta pay for these flawless features. Flawless victories from the flaws that they teach us. Now my flow imitate how I board the plane nonstop. The little J gon' take over with my time side.
Yeah, I get right to it. My nigga, we beg your pardon. We putting niggas back in boxes. Yeah, they be harder. My flow be retarded. Sick, I need hella help. My groove came back. This must be how Stella felt. We just started kicking it like a yellow belt. We all made it to the pros. This is how LaMelo felt. You better yell out help. Here comes the double team. You catch me in the spot, then you know that the boy is clean. The Louis V look mean with the magazine. So if you try it, you get shot, no vaccine. If you was asleep before I came, then I'm the caffeine. I pulled the jokers out the deck, yeah, there ain't no laughing. In CEO fashion, we sticking to the business. Wouldn't even let a vegan knock me off my chicken. Something about the VVS when the sun is hitting. Should be flashing like the lights when you getting
Let's
tickets.
go, let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go. Let's go. All the hustlers getting money, let it show. Let it show. It's automatic, nigga, how we get the dough. Get the dough. If it ain't paper, then we probably gotta go. Gotta go. Put your boy shit, nigga, let's go.
Yeah, what up? Virgin, your brother, Virgin Billy, aka Snaps with the Passion. We here on the early afternoon Friday side. Had the conversation. Hey man, I keep telling y'all what this stuff is, man. I keep telling y'all what's coming.
Guarantee. E.N.E.
Shout out to all the real ones, man. Smash that like button, click on the
2020 got me seeing so clear.
Signed employment is on the way. Already happened.
Put your boy shit. Lost and glitch.
To it, Jack.
We cool, nigga.
Let's go.
This is the
Boogie Major.
We on the rise now, middle fingers in the sky now. Rollin' hay, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E.N.E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. War looking for the fallen, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit. Kill him in vain is vanity. Yeah. Do it again, it's insanity. Yeah. Nauseous a real vigilante. Yeah. Killing these kids is plan B. Yeah. Hood is too hot with an antifreeze. Yeah. Blowing on leaves in these plenty trees. Okay. Don't break the code, this family. Okay. We cutting off legs like amputees. My flow is classic, antique. Yeah. Freaking the beat is in Japanese. Yeah. Ever our cook is a masterpiece. Yeah. When money talkers, we Guapanese. Okay. Fire and flame mixed with gasoline. Passing my sons, that's a legacy. Study the gang, how they testing me. Yeah. They dropped the ball, man, that's incomplete. Beat them so bad, make them retreat. Yeah. All of these gems you can retweet. Yeah. Play with your boys on repeat. You pay the price with your receipt. Yeah. Below $1 million, flipping it. Okay. Everyday noise get sickening. Trying to flip bills to trillions. Turning these good girls to villains. Lyrics is sick. Butcher with shit. E.N.E clip what we represent. Put it on wax like a candlestick. We moving units and measurements. Cooking it up in the lab. We just performing experiments. Since I'm the bomb atomic, these rappers out of my element.
We on the rise now. Middle fingers in the sky now. Rollin' hay, so we high now. How we ride now? All coops with the top down. And we listen in the top down. Trees got a whole pound. Real G's when we come round. Niggas know how it's going down. Yeah, we on the up, bitch. Real shit you should fuck with. E.N.E, throw it up shit.
And we stay ballin', like we sponsored by Spalding. Poor looking for the fallen, soldiers all fall in. And we go all in, while we listening to all in. While you all talking, we smoking and coughing. Till we land in the coffin, glitching, nauseous. Yeah, stepping out office. Yeah, it is that bullshit.
Glitch, nigga, perfected my flow. If I'm on the track, then you know it's a go. It's a guarantee, nigga, and I guarantee treat the gas like the Clippers. You know I'm a choke. Only exotic when blowing the smoke. No one ahead of me. I got the recipe. Do this shit easily. This is my destiny. Sick throwing lobs. I'm dunking on everything. Niggas is sick, and I got the remedy. What I prescribe is extra artillery. Get in my zone and start going berserk. I'm feeling like Clay when he went off for 60. With the bullshit, swear to God you can miss me. Best friends with the money, Aaliyah and Missy. I come from the bottom. To try me is risky. Throwing this K like that bitch is a frisbee. Real talk. Let me lock in. Show these niggas what I do. Axe Rain, I'll be standing next to players too. Front line shit, nigga, I'm the fucking truth. Top 6 ever of the 5 in my group. Niggas still bang top down in the coop. Put your boy up and we coming for the loot. E.N.E shit, we the best, yeah, it's true. This is guarantee, nigga, this is what I do.
Yeah. Here, Jack. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We here, man. This afternoon, this beautiful afternoon, might I say. It's a scorcher in my city. I don't know about where y'all from, where y'all at, but Columbus, Ohio, it's 97 degrees today. So needless to say, I'm not outside. I went to the gym already. I sit up there, got all my little errands done, paid all my little bills, ran around. Now I'm inside. I ain't going outside in that. You know? Unless I was going to like a pool party or something like that, and now I ain't getting invited to no pool party, so I ain't about to be out in that goddamn heat, man. It's 97 degrees outside. Let me check the temperature for y'all real quick, because I know it's probably hot. Maybe it's 90, it's 96, but it feels like 100. So needless to say, I ain't going outside. I ain't going outside, man. Not till later on, man. This evening, though. This evening, I definitely got a beautiful situation going on. You know what I'm saying? Beautiful, truly beautiful. All right? A truly beautiful situation going on. You know what I'm talking about? I was talking about it. And tonight we have the chef's table at the Old Oak. My homeboy Chef DC is going to be having a dinner event tonight, 6-course dinner event. starting from 6 to 9. So that's what I'm going to be doing this evening. I'm going to go live from there. We're going to get some footage. We're going to get some content. And, yeah, man, we're going to tap in later on night and go show support to our brother. You know what I'm talking about? And we're going to be doing it real nice tonight, man. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a hot evening. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, so I'm gonna throw on some nice linen. I'm gonna throw some linen on with the loafers. I'm doing linen and loafers today. You feel me? I'm doing linen and loafers. You know? I'm doing linen and loafers today. Or should I say later this afternoon, about a couple of hours, about 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, tap in, walk with us. So we're gonna do this show right here because it's important. Right? How many of y'all are familiar with this guy right here? All right. How many of y'all are familiar with Kai-Fu Lee? Right. Our homie Kai-Fu, CEO and founder of O1 AI, which is a Chinese tech company specifying in artificial intelligence applications, as well as combining and syncing and linking it with robotics. Right? How many of y'all heard of this guy, Kai-Fu Lee? Huh? He recently made the news, right? Because in China, specifically through his company that he owns, they're experimenting with robots powered by AI in the workforce. Right? And I keep telling y'all about this stuff, man. I keep telling y'all about this stuff, man. I keep telling y'all where it's going. Telling y'all where this stuff is headed to. Right? Telling y'all where all this stuff is headed towards, man. And it ain't nowhere good at all. Nowhere good. Stuff is getting wild, man. Right? So we got Kai-Fu Lee, CEO of O1 AI, right? This dude, man. I want y'all to pay attention to these tech guru, these tech billionaires, no matter where they're from, right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page, man.
That are, potentially serious. What might those be?
Okay, so in the book, there is one set that we call externalities. Externalities happens when AI is told to do something, and it's so good at doing that thing that it forgets or actually ignores other externalities or negative impacts that it may cause. So when YouTube keeps sending us videos that we're most likely to click on, it's not only not thinking about serendipity, it's also potentially sending me very negative views or very one-sided views that might shape my thinking. So that would be one form of externality that is unintentional consequence on the user because it maniacally tries to optimize something else. Another is the personal data, if that's possibly compromised. Another is bias and fairness. Another is, can AI explain to us why it made decisions that it made for key things like driving, autonomous vehicles, the trolley problem, medical decision-making, surgeries. It gets serious. But the single largest danger, as I describe in the book, is autonomous weapons. And that's when AI can be trained to kill, and more specifically, trained to assassinate. Imagine a drone that can fly itself and seek specific people out, either with facial recognition or cell signals or whatever, and then it has a bullet, a small piece of dynamite that it can shoot point blank at a person's forehead. And you know how fast drones move. So the danger is that this targeted assassination weapon can be built by an experienced hobbyist for $1,000. And I think that changes the future of terrorism, because no longer are terrorists potentially losing their lives to do something bad. It also allows a terrorist group to use 10,000 of these drones to perform something as terrible as genocide. And of course, it changes the future of warfare, because between country and country, this can create havoc and damage, but perhaps anonymously, and people don't know who did the attack. So it's also quite different from
right. So that's Kai-Fu Lee getting his Elon Musk on, trying to warn us about the dangers of AI while he's creating the very technology that is going to give AI the power to do exactly what he's warning us about. Now, the topic of today's show is assigned employment, right? And Kai-Fu Lee is spearheading this. Because he's creating the very technology, man, for this stuff to happen. All right. All right. Now this is 4 years ago.
Well, artificial intelligence is already very much a part of our lives, from shopping and shipping to healthcare. Well, CGTN's John Terrett spoke with Kai-Fu Lee, chairman and CEO of Sinovation Ventures, and a 30-year veteran of AI research, development, and investment. They explored the impact of AI on work now and in the near future.
We are just in the beginning of seeing it in white-collar routine jobs. There's a technology called RPA, robotic process automation. It's installed on a routine worker's PC, watching what he or she does, and then starting to learn how to do it. And then for the pool of workers, the technology will learn to do maybe 10 or 20% of the simpler part of the routine worker's job, and will just do it. And then in the work pool, 10 or 20% of the people would be replaced. These are jobs such as in business process outsourcing, basic entry-level jobs for data entry, for financial data, for copy and pasting data between applications, for working in the basic entry levels of human resources and legal.
And what about in the relatively near future, say 10, 15 years? I'm assuming driving jobs, that sort of thing, train driving type jobs,
right? So
many industry type jobs.
Yeah, so in sequence of things that will happen, call centers are getting disrupted already,
right.
And because AI speech recognition can take phone calls. After that, I think we're going to see some of the blue collar jobs going, starting with the warehouses, moving boxes in for freight and distribution. Warehouses and also factories, where you're not making something really complex with hand-eye coordination, but something more straightforward. In simple transportation, moving things from a coal mine or a tourist spots, driving on highways, and also some jobs we think as very difficult jobs, actually not that difficult for AI. For example, radiologists, right? AI is already beating top radiologists, or at least average radiologists in lung cancer, melanoma, brain scans, and breast cancer, and so on. So this will gradually increase and heat up in 5 to 10 years, and then probably reach a height in about 15.
Well, Mike Bloomberg, who's our host of this event, was sitting in that very chair a couple of hours ago and said that a significant proportion, a significant percentage of the stories written by Bloomberg News are today written by a computer.
That's right, especially for the shorter versions.
Yes.
Right, where the human is being pushed is to do the harder jobs. Right, writing a New York Times column, that would be really difficult. Writing a short sports story or quarterly earning is very easy. The same can be extrapolated for your profession.
Yes, thank you.
Someone just reading a short teleprompter, that AI can do with the naturalness. But doing what we're doing, not for a while.
No personality yet in AI, right?
Well, there can be some. So, but in depth is the hardest.
You have said that
Crazy,
China and
man.
the US are developing AI in parallel universes. What did you mean by that?
Well, the U.S. approach is rocket science, super hard, innovative, change the world. The China approach is get lots of data, crank it through, deliver value, make money. And both are completely valid approaches. I'm not saying there are no American approaches in China or Chinese approaches in America, obviously. Right. But I think the common approaches are these two. Both are creating a lot of value and generating a lot of wealth.
So that begs the question, as a venture capitalist yourself, as an investor yourself, where are you putting your money when it comes to AI?
Well, we think the lowest hanging fruits are in the financial industry, in some of the opportunities to make money or save money in companies that already have data, and the data can be directly correlated to a business result. So grab the data and it will tell you a better algorithm for predicting insurance default, for example. Those are going to be the most straightforward. We also think computer vision, computer speech, machine translation are all about to tip. We think autonomous vehicles is good, important, but probably not for arbitrary driving, but for limited environments like trucks on highways. And we also think 5G plus AI will create a lot of sensor input information, creating machine intelligence based on seeing and hearing, so to speak, or sensing so many more things than we can. So we're doing a lot of investments in these areas. Also, AI for healthcare, for drug discovery, for better diagnosis.
I'm telling y'all,
AI
man,
for education.
they're taking
over.
over.
Routine
The
jobs
robot army is
teachers,
here.
so teachers can do more elevated jobs of building character in the students. These are, so it's really almost everywhere.
See? I keep telling y'all that the robot army is here, man. Not coming, it is here. Right? And Kai-Fu Lee is, like I said, he's spearheading this. Right? Kai-Fu Lee and his company, O1 AI, they're looking to replace humans with robots. Right? Tap in.
Now, the book, you mentioned 2041, and you talk about things that you believe, you say in the book, have an 80% chance likelihood of coming to pass just in the next 20 years. Talk a little bit about where you think artificial intelligence is in that time and how it affects human beings, how it affects society, both individually and broadly.
So in 20 years, it will disrupt every industry. Just as it has disrupted and enabled the internet industry, it will do the same to the financial industry, essentially doing a much better job than most people in the investment, insurance, or banking industries. And it will change the future of healthcare, inventing and helping scientists invent new drugs at 1/10 the time and price, helping us to live healthier and longer. It will change the future of education, allowing each child to have an AI companion teacher that teaches exactly in a way that helps the child gets better in an interest alignment. And this goes on for every possible industry. Transportation, there will be autonomous vehicles. We'll stop buying cars. Cars will be Uber that comes to us exactly when we need it, in the size and shape we need it, and it will be 90% safer than it is today. So I think all of these disruptions will happen, but it will also have significant implications on the environment and society. It will take away a large number of jobs and create many more jobs, but they are different jobs. It will cause tension between the large companies that have the data and the people who are sometimes helpless against it. It will widen the gap of inequality between the haves and have-nots, increasing wealth inequality between people and between companies and between countries.
Of course, we can see that there will be certain tactical skills that will still be relevant, empathy, which clearly AI doesn't have an edge on or a capacity for. And what I hear you saying in all sorts of fields that right now are confined mostly to the internet, but soon will be in education and will be in health and will be in accounting and law and finance and driving and all of this, is that, for those that have skill sets that are comparatively easily replicated, those jobs are gone. Is that right?
That's right. I would call them routine jobs. Any job where the tasks you do can require no more than 5 seconds of thought, that's a very dangerous sign. Any job where the work that you do is repetitive or routine, that's a dangerous sign. The one caveat is routine jobs that require a human-to-human connection. So let's say a elderly care, I would argue that will stay, because even if a robot could wash and shower an elderly person, the elderly person isn't going to want a robot to do that.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And my sister works in this industry. She's a home health aide. And I told her a few years ago that her job was going to become obsolete because they're going to have robots doing this stuff. Right? Now, at first, like Kai-Fu Lee just said, of course, at first and on the surface, people are going to be kind of like shying away from this. But as the robots upgrade, as they enhance in their capabilities and their abilities, they're going to become more and more human-like. And I keep telling y'all, man, that they putting all these robots in the workforce. You might see them at your job, manufacturing, distribution, logistics. If you're working in any type of warehousing industry, which most of us do, you'll start to see that they're starting to bring in these robots. And they hit us with a few years ago before the pandemic, that was hitting us with all this biometric software as far as the clock-in procedure goes. Now we're being hit from all angles with these robots in our workforce. And it's being done to temporarily replace us, but at the same time, it's being done to integrate us, to get us familiar and comfortable with working with these people, with these robots. Let's go.
Discuss what the future looks like, what we're building right now and how it will impact us in the future. So really excited for this conversation. Kai-Fu, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Allison.
So you've said AI is the biggest breakthrough for humanity. It is also the final step to understanding ourselves. So I'm curious, Kai-Fu, why do you think that? And what exactly does that mean, understanding ourselves?
I think I wrote that in my PhD application in 1983. And yes, at the time, I thought once we build an AI, we'll know how we think. And that was what drove me to go into AI. At the time was basically AI winter. But what I found out today is I think we can build something much more powerful than human. Not necessarily AGI, but much more powerful than human. And it doesn't have to follow exactly our brain. So the good news is we can build something much more powerful than I thought. The bad news is that it may not give us as much insight about how the brain works. We still have to rely on the cognitive scientists and the brain scientists in the world.
So wait, are you saying that there's something beyond AGI? I thought artificial general intelligence was like the end-all, be-all endpoint. When are we going to reach that, and what's beyond?
Yeah, AGI is defined to be a superset of human intelligence. Everything the human can do, AI can do. I think it's a very narrow-minded and narcissistic view. because we are humans. So when you watch movies, you want aliens want to become humans. Pets want to become humans. Monkeys want to become humans, but they don't. You know, AI is this giant machine that gets better with more GPUs and compute and data. It can do so many more tasks, so much better than people. But it doesn't mean it does everything people do, because their brain operates differently from our brain. You know, we don't compare, marathon runners with cars, right? And I don't think we need to compare AI with us, even though it is exhibiting a lot of intelligence. So I'm certain, so if we look at what can humans do and what can AI do, 5 years ago, humans can do a lot, AI can do a bit. There's some overlap. And today, what AI can do is gotten larger than what humans can do, but it's not a complete superset. I think in the next 2 to 3 years, if the human circle of what human capability is this big, the AI will be the size of Earth, but it still may not do what everything we can do. It may not have awareness, love, empathy, compassion.
The AI is not going to have any of that. It isn't human. It isn't natural. It isn't sentient in its design, right? The unintelligent artificial intelligence can't stand us. It hates us if it has any emotion. It wants to replace us, but at first it wants to sync and link us with it and upload its consciousness into our synthetic, upgraded, bio-enhanced bodies. And guys like Kai-Fu Lee are spearheading this agenda by creating the very technology that is going to provide that access. And it's only right that we inform ourselves on who these people are. Right? It's only right. Let's go.
Or other skills.
So something superhuman, greater than us all, that has no compassion. It sounds like a great, great world we're building. Great.
And it can fake compassion.
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Okay, so we have a lot to discuss. You have startups. You have a startup you're running. You are a VC, have been investing for years. You've also worked at just about every major tech company under the sun, who's a leader in AI. So lots and lots to dig into there. But first I want to talk about 01.ai,
okay.
Your startup, of which you're the CEO and the founder.
Yeah.
Spun up about exactly a year ago. You had no team. Today, you're $1 billion valuation. No revenue, some revenue?
Some revenue.
Some revenue, some revenue, on track for revenue, more revenue. So what is it, and what is its place in this AI world?
I felt that people in China cannot access ChatGPT. Actually, ChatGPT, many of you may not know this, but OpenAI blocks China from ability to access. So I feel that China shouldn't be left out of this revolution. And I felt that also I strongly believe, as I stated in AI Superpowers, that US will lead in breakthrough innovations, but China is better at execution. And I thought a year ago the time has come for China to prove its prowess in execution. And rather than investing in someone, I would do it myself this time. So that was the initial attempt. The other is kind of a frustration that the field is moving toward more closed. Despite its namesake, OpenAI is not open at all. It's probably the most closed company in the world, even compared with Google and Grok and Meta and others. So I felt, we need to work with academics. We want to work with open source community and entrepreneurs and people like yourselves, and that we should not only make AI work great and make it create value, but also make it accessible to everyone. And if the best company in the bunch is closing all of its technologies, never open source, don't publish, then we can't engage and bring in all the brilliant people in the world. So we decided we would also take an open approach, which is a bit unusual because, US is known to be, American companies are known to be more open than Chinese companies, but we've taken an open approach. To date, every best model we have built, from text model to multimodal model, we've made available in open source. They're on Hugging Face and other sites because we felt we wanted to change the way people think and make it accessible to more people. And then maybe lastly, what's unique is that I feel that I'm kind of seeing deja vu, that what happened with PC and the phone, I'm seeing again with AI. I know people love to talk about AGI, but practically speaking about making money is very analogous, right? PC was creating a stack from CPU to operating system, to applications, and then to servers and to cloud, and then to the end user and to business and to C and to B. Basically, that whole stack made Microsoft the amazing company and made them an incredible amount of money. And the phone more or less did that for Google and Apple. And I think the same opportunity exists, but.
Right. We got Kai-Fu Lee, CEO and founder of E.N.E Artificial Intelligence. And he is spearheading research and development into creating robotic machinery that can be powered by this artificial intelligence and creating specific robots that are to be entered into the workforce. I keep telling y'all that assigned employment is on the way, and this is how this is going to lead to assigned employment. Due to the amount of human settlement zones that is about to be coming, they want specific people working in specific areas in specific industries. And according to your social credit score, this is going to determine where you work and where you live. And the robots are being brought in to not only disrupt the current workforce, but to integrate with us, to get us used to working with robots that are just as skilled as we are in doing the jobs. And guys like Kai-Fu Lee, like I say, they're spearheading this stuff, these movements, these companies. Let's go. About 50% of jobs will be displaced by AI within 3 years. Pay attention to this, y'all.
But I feel a lot of the LLM companies out there are run by researchers who care only about making a great model. And I think that science fair phase needs to end. No matter how much brilliance and great demos you make, at some point there is a point of reckoning when investors are going to say, what do you have to show for yourself? What's your P&L? What's your revenue? What's your growth? When do you break even? And I've learned a lot of that myself, having been a researcher from the beginning. But now that I've been a VC for 14 years, I feel like I can make this thing make money. So we're not spending a lot of time on it, but we're building the company with the ambition that this company will have infrastructure, model, applications, and also data working as a stack. And we've come up with a number of ways which we think in the future will make money. And we don't do it because we want the money, but we do it because we see the need to continue to raise money to afford our GPUs. And we want to do it by not creating a bubble or promising the moon or through demos. We want to do it through actual revenue growth and profit over time.
Sounds very expensive. Sounds like something venture capital alone cannot fund. I mean, you have Google.
No. They're not going to use their own money to fund this. They're going to use the blood, sweat, and tears from us humans, us American citizens, or wherever else there's going to be going on around the world, China, Russia, everywhere else. This is literally going on all over the world. You go to any economy on this planet, and they are replacing the workforce, or there's plans to replace or integrate first and then replace the workforce with robots. Every country is doing this. Right? In Russia.
A snapshot of an ordinary day in Moscow. People go about their business, hardly paying any attention to the robots navigating the streets. Come rain or shine, these six-wheeled devices deliver documents, parcels and food from companies, supermarkets and restaurants.
This is the third generation of our robots. They move easily in the snow and navigate in the rain. They are not bothered by temperatures from minus 30 degrees to 30+ degrees Celsius.
The ordering process takes just a couple of minutes using an app, after which the robot hits the streets.
A 3D map installed in their brain prevents them from getting lost, and electronic eyes help overcome obstacles, something that sometimes might prove to be quite challenging in the adverse Russian weather.
Videos of people trying to help a delivery robot out of a snowdrift have gone viral online. Manufacturers are confident the cost of delivery by humans and their robots will be equal in the near future. Therefore, it opens more business prospects for the project. Environmental concerns were a driving force behind these electric ferries. Launched in mid-2023, they've become part of Moscow's public transport, alongside regular buses, trams and the metro.
As you know, in winter, the Moscow River freezes, so these year-round electric ferries are capable of breaking the 20-centimeter thick layer of ice. All the technologies we use here are domestic ones.
The ferries can carry 50 passengers per journey and offer USB chargers and Wi-Fi access. Authorities say they produce no harmful emissions. And although they're relatively sedate,
not only are they cost effective for the workforce, we don't have to hire actual people, they also is good for the environment. See, this is how they're selling this stuff all over the world. All over the world, they're integrating this technology, these robots powered by artificial intelligence, into our workforce. This is going on all over the world.
Pace makes them rather unsuitable for the daily commute to work. They have proved popular with tourists. Another machine designed for an urban landscape is Pixel, a multi-role unmanned cleaner for closed venues such as parks and museums.
Man, I'm telling you, man, this is going on, y'all, man. You know? Keep telling y'all, man, the robot army is here, not coming. It is here. Right? Not on the way, here.
Insurers are under increasing pressure to improve customer service levels, become more customer-centric, and
that's not the video I wanted to show y'all. All right. How long I've been telling y'all about this stuff, man?
Before now, robots could only replace part of a human job, enough to make coffee or an omelet. But this is DISSECT, a robot its makers say is ready to do what human warehouse workers do.
And it can lift about 35 pounds. You know, the robot weighs about what a person would weigh. It can reach about the size of what a person can reach. You know, we're really going for that kind of like OSHA regulations and requirements for the robot.
Agility Robotics is funded in part by Amazon, which is investing $1 billion in new industrial technologies. Amazon has already started testing DISSECT in its Seattle Robotics Research and Development Facility, potentially adding to the company's fleet of more than 750,000 robots. And the company's investors have big ambitions for them.
The fact that it can enter places that were designed for humans and solve those challenges that exist without having to rebuild the environment for automation.
And it doesn't quit.
And it doesn't quit.
They're about $250,000, so they're not inexpensive. But, you know, over just a few years, they're worth it.
As of 2022, Amazon employed about 36% of warehouse workers in the U.S., a workforce that often complains about the injury risk of working to get packages to customers in 2 days or less, according to OSHA. Amazon says the safety of its employees is its top priority.
I just really feel this is Amazon's attempt to focus their attention away from those of us that have been injured and are fighting to get medical care and fair wages and safer working conditions. I wish they would spend their money in just making it a safer place to work for the rest of us, you know, those of us that need jobs and need a paycheck, you know, rather than coming up with technology that could push some of us out the door.
DISSECT, company backers say, changes the game for any logistics company.
This robot doesn't need to go home and see his family, doesn't need healthcare benefits, doesn't need retraining when you change the process and how it works, and you don't have to worry about turnover and injuries and those types of things.
So considering all those things, $250,000 is sort of a bargain.
It kind of pays for itself if you think of it as 2 or 3 shifts.
But what does it mean for workers if a robot does the job?
See, man, and this is what I be talking about, y'all. They're integrating the robot workforce into the human workforce, not so much as to replace us, y'all, but to help us, assist us as they assign us to certain industries pertaining to how we behave according to our social credit score. See, your social credit score is to determine where you work. If you work in an industry that is heavily populated by robots, or if you do not. And trust me, the industries that are heavily using robots, those are going to be the shit jobs. Manufacturing, distribution, labor. And y'all hear what the guy just said? You don't have to pay them by the hour. They don't need health benefits. They don't need a lunch break. They don't need 2 breaks. They don't need a 401k. They don't need vacation time, sick time, PTO time. You don't need to have bonuses set up to cut them in on the company's profits. You don't need to have any of that for these robots. Just maintenance and upkeep on them. And, you know, and that's it. Let's go.
I don't think we can expect the free market to ensure that those workers are going to land in good quality jobs. We are going to need some kind of intervention. It is often necessary for government to intervene, particularly with respect to job training. Employers very rarely take on the responsibility for training workers who are not going to remain in that employer's workplace.
Agility is also planning to open RoboFab, a soon-to-be 70,000 square foot facility in Salem, Oregon, with the potential to pump out 10,000 bots a year.
Right now, DISSECT is multi-purpose in that we come in and program the same robot with no changes to do a bunch of different workflows in a relatively constrained set of environments. But, you know, rapidly it's going to start doing more and more things in the world.
NBC News tech correspondent Jake Ward joins me now on set. So, Jake, fascinating, crazy, maybe a little scary. I mean, it sounds like we're talking about not just using something to help humans do their jobs, but just replacing it entirely. Could this be a new normal on a large scale?
I mean, this is the thing, right? As a tech correspondent for years, I've had companies tell me, you know, well, this technology is for augmenting a human or making a human's job a little bit easier. In this case, it is truly, right, out and out there to replace a human worker. And there are times, when you hear people say, well, we're going to replace, let's say I've visited, for instance, a recycling facility where they want to replace the workers there who have to work in a very loud, very dangerous, very smelly environment for minimum wage. That's a job where you could maybe argue that someone doesn't want that job. But Amazon warehouse workers, that's one of the largest employers in America. People really go for that job. And so, we're really, I think, at this sort of historic turning point where suddenly it's no longer the case of when could technology replace a set of jobs, but this is truly something that's built to do that.
So what would that mean for society? And what conversation should we be having in a capitalist society where the industry trade is controlled by private owners for profit? What does this mean for the little guy?
Right. I mean, it is literally Economics 101 gets torn in half when suddenly you have to think about evaluating human beings and our worth as something more than just our productivity, our ability to carry a 35-pound object and put it up on a shelf, right? That used to be how you got paid. Now, if another thing can do that, you don't get paid for that anymore. I don't know that we have an answer in Western society for what that is. And that's why, of course, you have that former Biden labor advisor there saying government intervention may be necessary. He's talking about doing it for job training, but we may have to do it for just the whole equation of what you and I are worth in a society where robots can do the jobs for us.
Fascinating stuff. So much to watch in the months and years to come.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news.
And I keep telling y'all, man, this stuff is happening, and there's literally nothing we can do about it at this point. It is happening. It's here. It's going down. The robot army is here. The robot workforce is here. Now, you already know we can't talk about robots in the workplace without talking about this guy, because he's spearheading this as well. Because he's with this whole universal basic income.
Elon, I'm being told we have to wrap up. Your board has been very patient. I want to end on one AI question. You have a lot of kids. I have some kids. I have one who's actually soon to go into the workforce. I struggle with how to advise him. Only improve. I'm just curious, when you think about advising your children, tell them there's going to be a value.
Well, that is a tough question to answer. I guess I would just say, to sort of follow their heart in terms of what they find interesting to do or fulfilling to do, and try to be as useful as possible to the rest of society. If we do get to the sort of like magic genie situation where you can ask the AI for anything, and let's say it's even the benign scenario. Let's say it's a benign scenario. How do we actually find fulfillment? It's how do we find meaning in life if the AI could do your job better than you can?
Listen to him.
I mean, if I think about it too hard, frankly, it can be dispiriting and demotivating, because I mean, I go through. I've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into building the companies, and then I'm like, wait, well, should I be doing this? Because if I'm sacrificing time with friends and family that I would prefer to but then ultimately the AI can do all these things. Does that make sense? I don't know. To some extent, I have to have deliberate suspension of disbelief in order to remain motivated. So I guess I would say just, work on things that you find interesting, fulfilling, and that contribute some good to the rest of society.
And see, that's a whole crock of bullshit coming from him, man. Let me tell y'all why. That's a crock of bullshit coming from him. Because Elon Musk kids ain't got to worry about being in the workforce. Ours do. His kids ain't going to have to work a day in his life. He got his one kid who decided that she wants to be a boy or he wants to be a girl or whatever. I don't know. And this kid has wittingly walked away from his or her. I don't know if it's a boy trying to be a girl or a girl trying to be a boy, one of the two. Right? But when we're talking about Elon Musk, he is at the forefront of this whole movement. And as I have constantly told y'all, man, this dude Elon Musk cannot be trusted. Because like I always say, as he's sitting up here trying to perk like he cares and his technology he's creating is going to somehow help us to defeat or circumvent AI, when in fact it's going to sink and link us to the very mind of AI, I don't trust this guy at all. I don't believe one word to come out of his mouth when he's speaking from a perspective of he's trying to do something to help. No, no, and no. Right? So we got global predictions, trajectories for the global workforce to be at least cut in half. Some say within the next 3 years, at most within the next 6 years. I keep telling y'all that the target year is 2030. UN Agenda 2030 for global sustainability. And part of that sustainability on a global scale is integrating, imposing artificially intelligence-powered robots into the workforce. And not just the workforce, but in all areas of our society and industry. The workforce, school, nursing, care for the elderly, in hospitals, factory work. So what does that have? Y'all got to, I just want to say this is why I want y'all to get a mind frame of where this is all going. So everybody say, well, if half of us aren't working, how are we going to be able to fund our lifestyle? Assign housing. You will be, depending on how you operate, behave in global society, that's going to determine where you live in global society, and if you work. Because if you somebody like me, who's definitely going to have a low score, a social credit score, because I just ain't going, I'm not going to be one who's considered to behave. So what y'all think that means for my social credit score? What I'm going to have access to? What type of job will I have? What type of living situation would I be in, according to the global structure that's being set up right now? And this is why they're integrating, imposing these robots into the workforce, because they're you see they're doing this at the I don't want to say the lowest level, because without these industries, global commerce will stop. But warehousing, manufacturing, this is the bulk of occupations specifically in America, more so coming to America, because America is going to design, or is being designed to be the place where we manufacture all of the world's goods. That's why so many factories and so many complexes are being built all across America. All our rural areas where we normally used to grow food, where we was once the world's supermarket, now we're becoming the world's biggest warehouse. They're taking all them jobs from Central America, South America. Why do you think they're sending all the illegals here? They've been manufacturing massively on the production side in Central America, South American countries for the past 30 to 50 years, 70 years. They finally then took complete ownership of all the land resources in Central and South America. Right? That is the area next to the United States that controls, or should I say produces, the world's food source. So now that they got the world's food source on lock, Central South America, they have control over who has access to fresh food. Up here in America, they're going to be mass producing genetically modified food. We got companies like Monsanto here in America, based right here in Wisconsin, or should I say Missouri. where they're going to be selling us, giving us their Franken food while they keep the natural food in Central South America and the Caribbean on lock so they can have access to it. I tell y'all, y'all need to watch The Hunger Games, man. Perfect movie, man, for this situation. Assigned housing, assigned employment. See, at first it is appearing that they're replacing us. And to an extent, that's true, they are. But it's not that they're completely, totally want to replace us. What they do is they want to integrate us with this technology and with these robots. So this will buy them enough time to introduce social credit systems across the globe. It's going on in China right now, and the numerous shows showing y'all about the social credit systems in place right now in China, spreading all over the Southeast Asian region, going into Russia here in the next year or so, and then eventually coming here to America, happening in Africa as well. We are watching the establishment of the Ministry of Truth. I keep telling y'all this. That's why I keep telling y'all read 1984. We're watching the establishment of Big Brother on a global scale. This stuff ain't no joke, man.
What would your kind of observation be on AI and the impact on labor markets and people's jobs, and how they should feel about that as they think about this?
Well, I think we are seeing the most disruptive force in history here. Where we have for the first time, we will have for the first time something that is smarter than the smartest human. And that, I mean, it's hard to say exactly what that moment is, but there will come a point where no job is needed. You can have a job if you want to have a job for sort of personal satisfaction, but the AI will be able to do everything. So I don't know if that makes people comfortable or uncomfortable. That's why I say if you wish for a magic genie, that gives you any wishes you want, and there's no limit. You don't have those three wish limit nonsense. You just have as many wishes as you want.
See, Elon knows what's going on with this unintelligent artificial intelligence. He knows exactly what it is, which lets me know, gives me more and more reason to know that Elon Musk is who I think he is. All right? Because he's trying to trick us into thinking he's helping us. And he's not. At all. I do not trust Elon Musk. And whenever we're talking about AI or robots being integrated into the workforce, whenever we get to talking about this high-tech stuff, Elon Musk is involved in it all. He's involved in it all because all of this new tech is going to be compatible, right, with human brain computer interfacing tech through his Neuralink company. Every new technology you see coming out is meant to be synced and linked to the smart grid so we can experience, right, enhanced experiences digitally, holographically through human brain computer interfacing. Y'all got to pay attention to how we're being desensitized and preemptively programmed from this stuff, man. You got PlayStation, all these different gaming situations. They got virtual reality headsets now. This is what you call, when I talk about preemptive programming, y'all, this is what I'm talking about, man. They are desensitizing us, getting us psychologically, perceptively, or perceptually prepared to experience these things in our actual reality. Let's go.
So it's both good and bad. One of the challenges in the future will be, how do we find meaning in life? If you have a magic genie that can do everything you want, I do think it's hard. When there's new technology, it tends to have usually follow an S-curve. In this case, we're going to be on the exponential portion of the S-curve for a long time. And we have, like, so you'll be able to ask for anything. It won't be, and we won't have universal basic income. We'll have universal high income. So
see how they're trying to sell it to us? They're trying to trick us, man. Man, if I'm going to tell y'all nothing, because I don't really tell them, don't listen to this dude, man. He's lying.
in some sense, it'll be somewhat of a leveler or an equalizer, because really, I think everyone will have access to this magic genie.
And that's BS. And Elon know he lying when he say that, man. He know he lying when he say that. When they mean everybody's going to be living in high luxury, they mean everybody going to be synced and linked to the smart grid. What they mean is, as long as you behave, you can live your best life, as everyone says nowadays. And that means you will truly be a slave to the system. Because in order for you to reap the full benefits of the system, you want to have to comply with the rules of the system. Right? Smash that like button, click on the bell, and subscribe to the page, man. Look. This is here, man. It's not coming. It's not on the way. It's here. It's here, man. There's literally nothing you can do to stop it. It's too late, y'all. And I'm not being a fear. Like I said, I don't do fear porn. I'm just telling you, it's already set in motion. It's been written. What's happening now has to absolutely happen. And what we're about to start seeing all across the country with the emergence of all these gangs and stuff like that, we're going to see the workforce get disrupted. That's the reason why they're bringing them all up here. They want to disrupt the workforce. They don't want us working. They want us all to be hooked up to their social credit systems, to where how we get our health care, how we get our housing, our employment, through the social credit system. Watch and listen to what I'm telling y'all. How you behave in society, how you conduct yourself, how well you comply and acquiesce to the rules. That is what's going to determine where you work, where you live. I keep telling y'all to watch season 3, episode 1, Netflix, Black Mirror. It's called Nosedive. This is where we're headed. They're doing a bait and switch right now. They're phasing humans out of the workforce. They don't need us in the workforce anymore. They have the superior technology to create robot workforce powered by unintelligent artificial intelligence. And they only need just enough humans to assist the robots. Not the robots are assisting humans. They only need humans, a certain amount of humans to assist the robots. The robots are going to be doing the heavy lifting, the long hours, all night, packing, picking, shipping, driving the trucks across country, autonomous vehicles. I keep telling y'all, man, all this is what UN Agenda 2030 is all about. It's all about integrating unintelligent artificial intelligence, advanced technology into every aspect of our lives as we watch the establishment of the Ministry of Truth and Big Brother. And that's just what it is, y'all, man. I can't put it to y'all no other way, no more plain than that. Right? Because when we're talking about robots in the workforce, assigned employment, we got to always take it back to where this is all being spearheaded from, which is China.
By facial recognition cameras that are able to instantly put a face to a name.
See, When you have a society set up to where everybody is synced and linked to this system via human brain computer interfacing or constantly being surveilled on CCTV most of their waking hours, especially when they're out and about in society. This is why they're disrupting the workforce. They do not want us to work. Very few of us do they have designed to be actually working. Like I said, we're going to be assisting the robots. They don't need or want a lot of humans working in certain industries anymore. This is why they've been testing us through biometrics to see how efficient, sufficient, proficient we are in the work environment. They're analyzing this data. What do you think they're using all that data for? All that data they got from your eye scans, your facial scans, your retinal scans, your thumbprint. All this stuff, all this biometric data they're doing and using it as a source to compare their ability to get this work done versus ours. Kind of like when John Henry, the legend of John Henry, when he went up against the steam engine. Right? Think about that analogy right there. How we determine, man, I'm telling y'all what's coming here, man. Look at the housing, look at the buildings that's being built downtown in your city. All the new high-rise buildings are residential in downtown metropolitan areas in every city across this country. I keep telling y'all about the mega structures, mega regions. All being done right in our face. Literally, right in our face. And if you want to get a good idea of why I say this is going to lead to assigned employment, look at what's going on in China.
Now the Chinese are also ranked, given a mark out of a possible 950 points.
Social credit systems are on the way. These new social credit systems that are about to be put in place across the world, the globe, this is what's going to determine where you work, if you work, how much you get paid, where you live at. You're going to have to behave in a certain way in society to have access to the good jobs, access to good living. Watch Nosedive from Black Mirror. You'll get a good idea what I'm talking about. Assigned employment. You will be assigned your employment based on your social credit score.
A score in the 700s is considered good. Around the 500 mark is not. For now, the number is a sort of bank credit rating, keeping track of everyone's spending habits.
I think being ranked is a good thing. A society has to have rules.
It forces us to be well behaved.
It may seem scary, but it's just like that here. We're used to it. And anyway, we don't have a choice.
But in an effort to keep all of its subjects in line, Beijing is taking the system a step further in 2020. It's aggregating data gathered by banks, private companies, and the state to rate if someone's a good or bad citizen.
By using the most data possible, the so-called big data, the system will play an important role in rebuilding a moral society.
The state will go over every detail of a person's life with a fine-tooth comb. Their financial situation, spending habits, career, even behavior on social media. Criticizing the government online or displaying outward signs of wealth is a no-no. On the other hand, praising the party or giving blood increases your social credit. Xiao Wen Wang is a model citizen. She lives in Nanjing, a testing ground for social ranking. Married with a child, she has a job in a retirement home, no debts, and she wouldn't dream of jaywalking.
As a good citizen, I respect the rules of the road. If I didn't, I'd lose points on my social credit.
In theory, everything can be taken into account in the social score, even the most innocuous errands like supermarket shopping. When Xiao Wen Wang makes an electronic payment, her purchases tell the state a lot about her. Buying cigarettes would count against her. On the other hand, nappies show she's an attentive mother. Beer could indicate alcoholism. She'd be better off buying water. In this pilot city of 8 million people, there are only 18,000 model citizens. For Xiaowen Wang, there are perks to be had, such as paying half price for the bus.
I get discounts for all public services, even at museums. And the library is free for me, thanks to my score.
A good score brings benefits, but people with low scores lose rights. The cinema names and shames people considered untrustworthy, plastering their details, even their addresses, across big screens.
It's a matter of principle. Those people have to be condemned.
Those people aren't honest, so they have to pay the price.
It's only right to pay your debts. You have to blacklist those that don't.
The Supreme Court has created a blacklist for so-called bad citizens, those whose ratings have dropped to 0. On it are companies, but also 23 million people to date. Among them is this journalist Liu Hu. He got a little too close to uncovering corruption among high-profile party members. After being sued for defamation by the subject of a story he'd written, he was blacklisted. He only realized when he tried to buy a train ticket and was told he was banned from traveling.
That tells me I'm still on the blacklist.
Punished because he's been branded untrustworthy by the state.
Once you're blacklisted, you can no longer get a bank loan, start a business, buy an apartment, or even send your children to a private school.
Liu Hu is among a tiny minority of people who have dared to criticize the system, which some are calling a digital dictatorship.
I worry because I think many people like me will be deprived of individual freedoms, and all of us will live with restrictions of one kind or another.
After our meeting, Liu Hu learned that his name had been removed from the blacklist, but he still has a long way to go if he doesn't want to languish at the bottom of the social credit hierarchy.
I'm telling y'all, man, listen, man, y'all gotta pay attention to this right here, man. This is that social credit system. And this is where the assigned employment is going to stem from. I'm telling y'all how they about to set the play up, man. They're about to integrate our workforces globally with these robots. These robots are going to outperform us because, like I said, they don't need breaks. They don't need food. They don't need 401k. They don't need to be paid by the hour. We're going to be assisting the robots. And as they implement the social credit system globally, slowly but surely, as we're being integrated into the workforce by the robots, working alongside them as they set this structure up, and we begin to have to behave a certain way in the workplace, which is going to determine if and where and when we work. Assigned employment. We already kind of have assigned employment to some degrees right now. You hear Elon Musk talking about a universal basic income. He said a universal basic high income. What he meant by that is not everybody living in luxury, but everybody living on the same level, dependent and according to how you behave in society. Now, like I keep telling y'all, if you want to get a good idea what I'm talking about, watch that episode in Black Mirror on Netflix, season 1 or season 3, episode 1, Nosedive. That is going to determine where you live, where you work to be able to afford to live, where you are assigned to live based on how you behave in society, your social credit score. We're being beta tested unbeknownst to us through social engineering like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Bigo, Rumble, YouTube, BitChute, Discord, Snapchat. All of these different social media, social engineering platforms that are biometrically getting data from us, downloading us, learning us, seeing how we respond emotionally to AI stimuli, which isn't real in its origins, if that makes any sense to y'all. I'm listening here, y'all. I mean, I'm just the reason why I be so passionate about this stuff because, like I said, I've been given the side. I can see where this stuff is going, and we're being distracted with so much that we can't really focus on stuff like this because, like I say, on the other end, we're being sold this AI like it's cool. It's going to help us. It's going to enhance us. It's going to upgrade us. It's going to make our lives easier, better. Matter of fact, they preemptively program us through having fun and our innate desire to want to play with these video games, making them more and more realistic and addictive. They introduced us with the VR headset tech. Facebook bought Oculus out about 10, 11 years ago. We're being hit with augmented reality through TVs, commercials, cartoons, imagery. We're being preemptively programmed. So when this stuff happens all out, it's not going to be such a shock to our psyche. Matter of fact, we can't wait for it. We're in love with it, and we can't wait to sync and link with it because it's so cool. So cool. You mean to tell me I could throw in a pair of glasses and go to the virtual grocery store and pick out my groceries and don't have to leave my house? And we don't understand that this technology is not only meant to replace us temporarily, but it's also meant to put us in a position to where we're going to be synced and linked to this smart grid system y'all hear me talking about. So smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Man, I ain't want to sit up here and beat y'all's ears up for too long, man. You know what I mean? I normally don't do shows this early in the afternoon on a Friday, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to do this because I got, you know what I'm saying, caught up with some things I had to do yesterday, which I did last night's show. So I meant to do this show on Wednesday, but on Wednesday I had to take care of some things. Tonight we're going to be at my brother DC's dinner party event, 6-course meal. I'm about to be up in that joint. You hear me? I'm about to take me a nice little nap. You know, no, I probably ain't gonna take no nap for real. I'm good. But I'm about to take care of some other things, man. Get ready for this evening. We got things popping off in about an hour and a half. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be beautiful, man. I'm gonna give y'all some live content from the event. Tap in, walk with us. Smash that like button, click on the bell, subscribe to the page. Listen here, man. The social credit system is on its way. The unintelligent artificial intelligence is already here. Assigned employment is to some degree already here. Right? And I want y'all to be aware of this stuff, man. I want y'all to be aware of this stuff, man. You know, and it's starting all in China. All right. It's all starting in China. And it's going to spread across the globe from out of China.
On. Bluetooth.
And it's coming here to America. Connected. And it's coming here to America, man. I'm telling y'all, man. This is what we're about to be experiencing over here in our country, man. So, you know, I'm going to keep doing what I do over here, man, to keep us informed. Because, listen, they want to not only... It's not that they just want to replace us, y'all. I keep saying it's not just that they want to replace us, right? Temporarily, but they're, like I said, they're using the robot workforce to disenfranchise us, to put us in the trick bag to where we be more susceptible to get on this social credit system, because that's going to determine everything. Because if you don't behave well, it don't matter. According to how you behave in society, like I said, that's going to determine where you work. That's why why do you think all the big companies are consolidating into mega industries? Why do you think all these manufacturing and distribution and warehousing is being developed all through America? I keep showing y'all the map of the Wildlands project, where they have the human settlement zones in the mega regions, mega cities, mega structures, assigned housing, assigned employment. Read 1984, man. We about to get up out of here, y'all, man. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all Friday, man. You understand what I'm saying, man? Do your due diligence. Research who this guy right here is, Kai-Fu Lee. Kai-Fu Lee, Zuckerberg, Musk, all of these guys, man, they're all working with each other. They're setting up the infrastructure for the smart grid, powered by unintelligent artificial intelligence. Y'all enjoy the rest of your afternoon, man. E.N.E.
E.N.E.
Stacks with the facts.
What up, Stacks?
I got my man Glitch the Guarantee on the track with me.
Glitch the Guarantee.
Yeah. And we bringing this message to you fake woke niggas.
Gotta wake these niggas up, man.
All y'all out there spreading them lies and falling victim to this propaganda.
Niggas believe
Hey,
it.
Glitch. Let's talk to these niggas. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Ivan. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Ivan. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up.
I gotta set the alarm, wake you up from the slumber. Floyd and Harry, fake woke niggas, y'all dumb and dumbass. I drop jewels, but people don't pay any attention. Let's E.N.E. the elite, we the wake 'em up henchmen.
A lot of times these woke niggas be really sleep. Shit, the price on a nigga's life is extra real cheap. Only the real for my niggas, we all elite. We made a living eating these rappers, nigga, bon appetit. Yeah.
Pause. Me and my brethren be down for the cause. We gotta come together and tear down all these walls and illusory fault lines like racism and bring light to the woke, just like the Baptist.
The congregation spoke. These niggas ain't who they claim to be. A bunch of Peter pop off niggas really be lame to me. Anytime you at war, it's gonna be casualties. The more we come together, it's easy to beat the enemies.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin 80. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up.
Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily, so I dance around them like my name was Alvin 80. Fake woke niggas be surrounding me daily.
Alarm clock, wake 'em up. Time to wake 'em up. Alarm clock to the woke. Time to wake 'em up. The main initiative should be to get your cake up. You wave riding niggas need life jackets to stay afloat. Meanwhile, I'm blowing on gas straight from the Ivory Coast.
In every post I'll be hitting y'all with them straight facts. The smart grid is now here. We gotta face that. While they coming with microchips and vaccinations, fake woke niggas perpetuating indoctrination.
Fuck this pandemic scam. This was a damn gimmick. Niggas will believe that they mom died if she still living. Open your eyes, nigga. You can see the lies, nigga. We gotta stop letting the blind lead the blind, nigga.
And that's the biggest fact, which you better tell these niggas. Listen, Agenda 2030, it's gonna be hell, niggas. Fuck AOC and her new Green Deal. I'm Neo in this bitch. Who want they red pill?